What up? It's your boy Wall Street, ready to talk some hoops. And today I want to talk about Jaylen Wells, who is the second round pick that nobody expected to pop off from the 2024 NBA draft. He is a 6'8" shooting guard / small forward, aka wing player, from Washington State University. Grew up in California, and he was drafted 39th overall by the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2024 NBA draft. He is 21 years old, and he is popping the off. He's legit as and I just think he's been getting a lot of shine. I will say it's not typical for a second rounder to be ranked on NBA.com's rookie ladder, Vegas odds and things like that. But he's really been putting in a lot of work and putting up a lot of points, making a lot of shots. So it's been well deserved. But obviously, I think a lot of people didn't really see this coming. He was a good player at Washington State, but to have this level of production in his first year in the NBA on a good team nonetheless is pretty, that's pretty wild for a second rounder. I think the last time we really saw a second rounder make an impact like that was Malcolm Brogdon, and that was the 2016 NBA draft where, he got picked in the early second round and wound up winning Rookie of the Year. But Jaylen Wells is a little bit of a different player than Malcolm Brogdon. He's pretty much a three-point shooter. He's relatively athletic. I think his defense is decent, but it could get a little bit better. And if he can do that, he's going to be a really unstoppable two-way force in the league, in my opinion. So he's currently averaging 11.7 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.8 assists, shooting 81% from the free throw line, shooting 38.3% from the three-point line, and 44.7% overall in 25.6 minutes per game. So he's playing 36 games, started 31 of them, and he's just made an immediate impact, and it's been super impressive. I looked into kind of what his prospect profile was going into the draft. Now just seeing how good he's been. I mean, I think I knew his name, kind of like right before the draft, but I didn't really know much. But looking back, it looks like one of the main comps they were giving him was Rodney Hood, which I think is a good comp, but I think Jaylen Wells can honestly be better than Rodney Hood. Rodney Hood had a decently long NBA career. I think he played for, 8 or 9 seasons. Was a strong three-point threat, same body type, 6'7", 6'8", like 210 pounds. Was a decent defender as well, and was just a piece that you could really plug into any type of offense, and he would contribute in a positive way. So I think that's the same, description that people are going to have for Jaylen Wells throughout his entire career. But Rodney Hood did not play on as good of a team. His rookie year in the league, was drafted in the first round too by the Utah Jazz in the 2014 NBA draft, and had a decent rookie season, put up about like 8-9 points per game, but the Jazz finished 6 games under 500 that year. So the fact that Jaylen Wells is having a stronger season in terms of production and is on a much better team in the Western Conference, which is the stronger of the two conferences at this moment in time, it's super impressive. And it's going to be super interesting to see how he kind of develops over the course of his career, whether he stays in Memphis or not. We'll see what happens. But, Memphis has just been really good at picking players in the draft recently. I mean, I think Zach Edey was a great pick. I think Gigi Jackson was a great pick. Even Jaren Jackson, at number 4 back in the 2018 NBA draft, also a great pick. They've just had a really good time with finding talent. Even like Santi Aldama, I don't even know if they draft him, but like finding players in the G League, finding players in the second round, finding players from overseas. They just have a really good scouting department over there, and I think that deserves some shine and some credit for sure, because The NBA draft is a real, shot in the dark. You never know what you're going to get. You could be picking first or last, and you might get the same caliber of player. You might have the guy you picked at first be way worse than the guy you picked last. I mean, like, take Isaiah Thomas, for example, was the 60th overall pick, I think, in the 2011 NBA draft, and was an MVP candidate, when he played for the Celtics. So there's a lot of different things that can happen, and I always like to see second-round picks making their name in the league, especially early on, and showing that they can play, because it just shows people out there that are, working on their skills in whatever sport. It doesn't matter where you get picked. It's just, based on how much effort you put in once you get there. It's just getting your foot in the door. And once you have your foot in the door, you just put your best foot forward, no pun intended, and keep performing, keep putting in work, and just be consistent, and, things will come and everything will be good for you. So I mess with what Jaylen Wells is doing. Super excited to see where he goes from here. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Jaylen Wells? What do you think his ideal NBA player comp is? Do you think he can be a 20-plus point per game scorer in the league? Do you think he can be an all-star in the league? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, I'll catch you guys with the next one. Stay safe. Take it easy. Deuces.